Respected dear children, today I will be explaining to you about Puranas as a continuation. You know, Hindus have got 18 Puranas and 18 Upapuranas. So many books are there. They are all huge books. I am using a wrong word, huge book. Skanda Puranam, it has got nearly 20,000 pages. So big book. It gives so many variety of information, including some historical facts, detailed description of Asian continent, India and a different part of India, people of India, and so on. It gives in detail about the quality of the kings and the queens, the rulers, and it gives a variety of information connected with the good and bad in our life. All the stories directly or indirectly linked with the spirituality also. We connect everything with the spirituality. India is the land of spirituality. Wrongly we say India is the land of religion. No, it is not religion, it is spirituality. Atmiyata. So without a spirituality, Indians cannot live. Even food we consider as spiritually related factor. Annam brahmedi vyajanat. So we respect the food. We protect the food. In fact, we worship the food. Because without food, no animal or plant can survive in this world. Because of the food we are living here. Maybe that we are not living for the food, but with the food only we can live. So, food gives us energy and a life force maintenance takes place due to the food. So, food we consider as divine. Air we consider as divine. Fire we consider as divine. Earth we consider as divine. Knowledge we consider as divine. Prosperity we consider as divine. Really, power, energy we consider as divine. Nature we consider as divine. The forces behind the creation of anything we consider as divine. The force which maintain every living and non-living being to survive, we consider it as divine. The force which takes back everything, that we consider as divine. So, everything is divine for us. Ishavasyam idam sarvam yat kinjat jagatyam jagadam. Jagatyam jagadam. Whatever is present here in this world, whether it is a river, whether it is mountain, whether it is animals or earth or even cities, Punya Kshetra we say, Ayodhya, Madura, Maya, Kashi, Kanchi, Avantika, Puri, Dwaravati, Chaiva, Saptaide, Mokshadayaka. Varanasi, Puri, Kanchipuram, Dwaraga, Ujjaini, these are the holy cities. We declare the cities are holy, spiritually oriented, and even if you perform your Sraddha, the last ritual after the death, in these cities, we say we will get moksha. So, everything is connected with the spirituality. Our mother, we say Matra Devo Bhava, spiritually oriented. Pitra Devo Bhava, father. Teacher is spiritually oriented, Acharya Devo Bhava. A guest who is coming to our home, Atiti Devo Bhava. Rashtra Devo Bhava, our nation we consider as divine. So, in the Puranas, always we can see the enlightenment, elevation, progress, development of the positive divinity in the human being, and just dwindling and decaying, or just perishing the negatives, annihilating the negatives, or decreasing the negatives, increasing the positives. Every story, every experiential knowledge in the Purana by the Puranic players, characters, and also the messages given in Puranas, if you take the message, the experience and the content of the story, that is enough for changing your mind from bad to good. So ultimate aim of our life is our mind should go from bad to good. Then the thoughts will also go from bad to good. The action will also go from bad to good. The totality of our action is our life. What is our life? The totality of our action. Whatever work we do, right from early morning after getting up till going to bed, the total action what we have done, including taking rest, the totality of these actions can be defined as that particular day, life of that particular day. So today's my experience is, today is my life. Whatever I have done today is my today's contribution to me or others. So, for making the action good, good action, the thoughts should be good. For making the thoughts good, the mind should become good. For making the mind good, all these 18 Puranas and 18 Upapuranas give us stories, experiences, messages. The messages and experiences are linked with the stories. May not be history as I told you earlier. So if somebody is asking you some questions connected with Puranas, how can that be done? Your answer is, that is explained as a story. Suppose you are listening a story like tortoise and a rabbit, they were competing each other. Who will win the race? So the story of a tortoise and a rabbit, if you start analyzing, can two animals compete each other? While conducting the competition, what is the language they used and where they competed? Such questions are irrelevant. Why irrelevant? It is the story of a tortoise and a rabbit. Story, merely story. Hundreds and thousands of stories are being written even today. Every movie what we are watching in the TV or film theater, these films are stories. From the Puranas we read the story. Sometimes if somebody else is reading, we listen the stories. And in movie, talkies, theater, film theater, cinema, we watch the stories. We spend the money, go there, take the ticket and sit in the talkies and watch that, and while watching we enjoy it and take the message. Generally the hero will be winning finally, and the villain and the negative people will be out when the movie is over. So what we learn from the movie? Negatives will never survive. Whatever may be the number of the positive doing people, whatever may be their strength, always positive will survive. It is not survival of the fittest. It's a Western concept. Survival of the fittest is a Western concept. Survival of the noblest, that is Indian concept. Survival of the noblest is the Indian concept. So all the Puranas give you the story in which the story content itself inform you that if you do positive, if you think positive, if you spread positive, if you talk positively, if you work for positives, if you keep a mission of positive sense, automatically your life will be good and glorious. If you do negative, or if you talk negative, if you work for negative, if you have got a negative aim and negative pathway, then even though temporarily you may be getting positive, on a permanent scale you will not survive. So Puranas give you fantastic explanation for a glorious life. It is not the story which we should discuss and try to answer. It is the message of the story. It is the experience of the story. It is the final content of the story. That is what we have to understand. We have got the same story written in different way. We have got the same message given in different stories. Ultimately, the aim of Puranas are changing our mind from bad to good, thoughts to bad to good, and action from bad to good. Then automatically the result of the action and the reward of the action will be good. So my request to every parent, you have to learn. You have already learned hundreds of stories. You have already learned hundreds of stories. Just arrange the story in your mind or keep a note of that story. It need not be exactly what you have read. You have got the freedom to do addition, deletion, modification and correction. Then tell the Puranic stories to your children, your students, your friends, and whenever you are assembling for spiritual or non-spiritual activity, the point that you have to remember is that one story told in 5 minutes should give a message, and that message is to be repeated in the next day. After 1 month, the same story you have to repeat. After 1 week, you have to tell the students to repeat the story. So they will tell the story the way they could assimilate it. That is important. Not one-way traffic. You tell the story, then ask the question on the same day, what is the name of the hero? Where did he go? And what is the word he talked? And what was the name of his friend? Where did they go? And what happened finally? You ask nearly 1 dozen questions after explaining the story. The students will be eagerly responding to you. Their brain growth will be fantastic. They will be definitely waiting for your explanation further. So, create enthusiasm in their mind, Ichha Shakti in their mind. And through the story, create Jnana Shakti in their brain. Through the story, create the Kriya Shakti in their body. Ichha Shakti in the mind, Jnana Shakti in the brain, Kriya Shakti in the body. This is your responsibility. Spend almost half an hour. Out of 24 hours, 23 and a half you utilize for yourself. Half an hour for teaching your children. Remember that your children are with you, your child is with you almost 17 hours in a working day. They are in the school almost 7 to 8 hours, 7 to 8 hours in their school. In holidays, your children are with you for 24 hours. In long vacations, your children are with you for whole vacation. Little bit of story, good story, Make your own addition as I told you and explain to them. They will definitely become good, and school teachers and professors will be giving them the subject-based knowledge. They will become great. So keep the target like Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, like that Abraham Lincoln, Socrates, glorious people, Swami Vivekananda, Shankaracharya, Ramana Maharshi, Mahatma Gandhi, Bhagat Singh. So you can see, when you give the stories about experiences, that I will explain later. So Puranic story, I am sure you could get the idea. Learn, teach, preach, practice, act and react. Learn, teach, preach, practice, act and react. Four positives and against negatives. Let your child also, let your children also be very active and become a leader in the society. Start giving the culture of leadership from the very beginning. For the leadership, knowledge is most important. For becoming a leader, Ichha Shakti is important. For becoming a leader, Jnana Shakti is important. For becoming a leader, Kriya Shakti is important. So, a non-destructive leader, a constructive, innovative, creative leader, taking the inspiration from the heritage, adding it with the modern knowledge, and utilizing the positives from the past and utilizing the positive from the present for making a glorious life, useful, purposeful, fruitful and meaningful life. Thank you very much. My pranams to you. Many messages are given in www.dharmanews.in, dharmanews.in, dharmanews.in. Many messages, 24 hours radio you can listen in your mobile, www.dharmaradio.net, dharmaradio.net. Thank you very much. My pranams to you.